The greatest illusion we battle in the world of manifestation is the idea that change requires a long duration of time. We have been conditioned to believe that deep psychological shifts or significant life changes must be earned through months or years of struggle. This perspective keeps the seeker trapped in a future-oriented mindset where the desired version of themselves is always just out of reach. The 24-hour shift is a direct challenge to this belief. It is based on the metaphysical truth that a state of consciousness is a frequency you can tune into in a single heartbeat. If you can occupy a state for one full cycle of the sun, you have effectively rewritten your destiny. This process is not about waiting for 24 hours to see a result. It is about staying in the result for 24 hours. Most people fail because they visit a state during meditation and then vacate. At the moment they open their eyes to the 3D world, they spend 10 minutes being a master and 23 hours being a victim. To bridge the gap, you must perform a radical internal takeover. You must decide that for the next day, your external circumstances are entirely irrelevant, and your internal assumption is the only law. This is the spiritual siege, where you refuse to let any thought of lack enter the fortress of your mind. In this guide, we will break down the mechanics of the 24-hour transformation. We will explore how to handle the midnight transition, how to audit your thoughts with ruthless precision, and how to maintain the relief of the end throughout the day. This is a journey from the old man to the new man in the shortest possible window. By the time the next sun rises, you will not just be acting as if you will have fundamentally altered the fabric of your reality. Let us begin the clock. The state of consciousness is not just a passing mood or a fleeting thought. It is the sum total of everything you believe, feel, and accept as true about yourself and the world. Neville Goddard described a state as a dwelling place for the soul. Right now, you are dwelling in a specific state, and your 3D life is the perfect reflection of that architecture. If you feel stuck, it is because you have become comfortable in the furniture of limitation. To change your life in 24 hours, you must be willing to move out of your current mental house and leave everything behind. You cannot take your old baggage into the new state. The anatomy of a state consists of your inner talking, your mental images, and your deep-seated assumptions. Most of our states are occupied unconsciously. We react to the news, the bills, and the opinions of others, allowing these external triggers to dictate our internal frequency. A sovereign creator, however, chooses their state deliberately. They understand that the I am is the only creative power. When you say I am wealthy or I am loved, you are not describing a future possibility. You are claiming a present reality. The state is the cause. The world is the effect. During this 24-hour shift, you must treat your state as a physical location. If you catch yourself thinking from the old state, you must realize that you have tripped and fallen back into the old house. You don't judge yourself or cry about it. You simply stand up and walk back into the new state. This requires a level of awareness that most people never cultivate. You must become the observer of your own mind, watching every thought to see if it belongs to the king or the beggar. The state is your only responsibility. The shift begins at the dead of night, the moment you decide that the old version of you has ceased to exist. In many mystical traditions, midnight represents the transition between worlds. This is the perfect time to issue your decree of new being. You are not asking for a change. You are declaring that the change has already occurred. As you lay in bed, you must disconnect from the history of your day and the worries of tomorrow. You must enter the silence where the I am is unconditioned and free. This is the womb where the new state is conceived. The midnight decision is a commitment to the end. You must fall asleep in the actual feeling of the wish fulfilled. Do not visualize the process already how. Visualize the moment after the success. If you are manifesting wealth, feel the relief of a debt-free life. If you are manifesting health, feel the vitality in your limbs. The goal is to saturate your subconscious with the atmosphere of the new state. The subconscious mind is most open during the theta state, before sleep, and the seeds you plant at midnight will be the harvest of the coming day. When you make this decision, you must burn the boats. There is no trying this for a day to see if it works. That trying is a state of doubt. You must decide that this is who I am now. The old version of you is a dead man. When you close your eyes, you are no longer the person who went to bed. You are the person who has already achieved the goal. This internal theft of the new identity is the secret of all rapid manifestation. You are stealing the future and making it the present. The first few minutes after waking are the most critical of the entire 24 hours. your 3D world will immediately try to re-anchor you to the old state. It'll show you the same room, the same phone notifications, and the same reflection in the mirror. This is the first test of the bridge. Ruthless mental auditing means that you refuse to let these sensory inputs change your internal decree. You look at the old room and you say, I am seeing this, but I am knowing my new reality. You must be more faithful to the unseen than to the seen. Throughout the day, your mind will produce thousands of thoughts. Many of them will be echoes of the old state. You must treat these thoughts like unwanted guests at a private party. You don't have to fight them or argue with them. You simply refuse to serve them a drink. When a thought of lack arises, you immediately pivot back to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. This is not about positive thinking. It is about state discipline. You are the guardian of your own vibration. If a thought does not align with your new identity, it is not allowed to stay. The secret to auditing is inner talking. Most of us have a constant, unconscious conversation going on in our heads. To shift your state, you must consciously direct this dialogue. Speak to yourself as the person you have already become. If you are successful, your inner voice should be confident, grateful, and calm. As you move into the morning hours, you must script your reality before the events happen. This is not about writing in a journal, although that can help. It is about pre-playing the day in your imagination before you leave the house or start your work. See the day unfolding from the perspective of the new you. See the bridge of incidents working in your favor. Imagine people treating you with the respect and admiration that your new state commands. T sees who you command the morning and set the frequency for the next 12 hours. Scripting is the act of giving your subconscious a map. If you don't provide a map, the subconscious will follow the old habits of the past. By consciously imagining successful interactions and lucky breaks, you are literally bending the probability field of your day. You are telling the universe how you expect to be treated. A sovereign being does not react to the day. They proact the day. They've already lived the afternoon and the evening in their mind before the clock strikes noon. This practice requires you to stay in the feeling of the script. It is not enough to just think the words. You must feel the naturalness of the events. If you are scripting a big sale or a romantic encounter, feel the physical sensation of the handshake or the hug. The more sense-rich your internal script is, the more likely the 3D world is to reflect it. Remember, you are currently in a 24-hour pressure cooker of manifestation. Your focus must be absolute to bridge the gap between the 4D and the 3D. You must use sensory saturation. This involves using your physical senses to anchor your internal state. If you are manifesting a specific lifestyle, use your sense of smell, touch, and hearing to prove to your subconscious that you are there. Smell the leather of the car you desire. Hear the voice of a friend saying congratulations. You are trying to create a sensory hallucination that is so real. Your brain cannot tell the difference between the physical world and the imaginal world. Sensory saturation is the secret weapon for those who struggle with empty affirmations. Affirmations often stay in the head, but sensory images go straight to the heart. When you can physically feel the texture of your success, the waiting disappears. You have reached the point of saturation where the subconscious is fully impressed. At this point, the manifestation is locked in. The 24-hour cycle is just the time required for the physical particles to reorganize around the new sensory core you have created. Apply this throughout your day. When you drink water, feel it as the elixir of your new health. When you walk, feel the power of your new confidence in every step. You are turning your entire day into a living meditation. You are no longer separate from your desire. You are breathing it, touching it, and seeing it everywhere. This level of saturation makes it impossible for the old state to survive. The light of your focus is too bright for the shadows of the past to linger. The middle of the day is often when the persistence of the 3D world is at its strongest. You might encounter a negative event, or a person who treats you as the old you. This is known as the slump, where the ego tries to convince you that your 24-hour experiment is failing. Most people give up here and say, I tried, but nothing changed. But a master knows that the slump is actually a sign of movement. It is the friction of the old reality rubbing against the new one. This is the moment to double down on your assumption. When the 3D world screams, you must whisper the truth. If you receive a bill you can't pay, you look at it and you say, this is a memory of my old self. My current self is infinite. You do not react with emotion. Emotion is the glue that keeps you stuck in a state. By remaining divinely indifferent to the 3D slump, you are starving the old state of its power. You are showing the universe that your internal conviction is stronger than any external shadow. This is the time to practice the pivot technique. The moment a negative thought or event occurs, you pivot your attention back to your end goal. You don't try to fix the problem in the 3D. You fix the state in the 4D. If the problem is lack, the solution is the feeling of abundance. Once you return to the state of abundance, the 3D problem will either resolve itself or become a necessary bridge to something better. Stay the course. The sun has not yet set, and the shift is still in progress. The most important feeling to cultivate during the 24-hour shift is relief. Relief is the physical evidence that the search is over. When you want something, there is a tension. When you have it, there is a release. If you are still straining to manifest, you are affirming that you don't have it. To collapse the gap, you must find the feeling of few. It's finally done. This relief is the checkmate of state. It tells your nervous system that the danger is over and the prize is won. Throughout your day, check in with your body. Are your shoulders tight? Is your breath shallow? These are signs of the seeking state. Relax your body and breathe into the feeling of already having T-sensei of it is finished is what Neville called the Sabbath. It is a state of mental rest where you no longer feel the need to do techniques. You are simply enjoying the walk. Relief is the frequency that the physical world responds to with the most speed. If you can stay in a state of relief for the majority of your 24 hours, the manifestation will be pulled into your reality with incredible force. Relief removes the resistance that usually keeps our dreams at bay. It is the signature of the king who knows his decree is being carried out. You are not waiting for the relief to come from a physical event. You are generating the relief now to cause the physical event. This is the internal first logic of the sovereign creator. Acting as if is often misunderstood as a fake or clownish performance. People think they need to go out and spend money. They don't have to act rich. This is not what sovereignty means. The 24-hour shift requires a subtle acting as if, which is purely internal. It is the posture of the soul. It is how you talk to yourself, how you view others, and how you perceive your future. You don't need to change your clothes. You need to change your vibe. You move with the quiet dignity of someone who has a secret wealth that the world cannot see yet. This subtle action means that you stop behaving like a seeker. You stop checking the clock or your bank account to see if the law is working. A person who already has $1 million won't check their balance every 5 minutes to see if it is still there. By not checking, you are acting as if. By not worrying, you are acting as if. Your actions are the absence of the old, frantic behaviors. You are moving with the leisure of the fulfilled. Watch your interactions with others. Are you seeking their approval or trying to prove your worth? A sovereign being doesn't need approval because they have During this shift, treat every person you meet as if they are you pushed out, already acknowledging your new state. If they act poorly, don't react, just to realize they haven't received the new script yet. Stay in your internal character. The world is a lagging mirror. It will catch up to your new posture soon enough. As the day enters its final hours, you should feel a sense of expansion. This is the feeling that your internal world has become larger and more real than the external world. You have successfully held the state for most of the day, and now the momentum is on your side. You are no longer pushing a thought. You are being carried by a conviction. This expansion is the sign that the old man has been fully replaced. You are now vibrating at the frequency of your desire. Usitis timto widen the scope of your assumption. If you are manifesting a specific amount of money, start feeling the general abundance of the universe. If you are manifesting a relationship, start feeling the general love that surrounds you. You are moving from the specific to the universal. This makes your state more stable and less prone to being shaken by 3D fluctuations. You are becoming a beacon rather than just a receiver. This is the golden hour of the 24-hour shift. The 3D world often starts to show cracks and glimmers of the new reality during this phase. You might receive a random compliment, see a meaningful sign, or get a sudden flash of inspiration. Do not pounce on these signs with excitement. Simply acknowledge them with a knowing smile. They are the natural byproducts of your expanded state. You knew they were coming because you are the one who ordered them. As the sun begins to set, your state should move into gratitude. Gratitude is the ultimate affirmation of possession. You cannot be grateful for something you don't have. By giving thanks for the finished day, even if the 3D world has not shown the full result, yet you are sealing the manifestation. You are telling your subconscious that the experiment was a success. You have lived a full cycle in the new state, and you are now giving praise for the harvest. This gratitude must be proactive. You are thanking the I Am for the bridge of incidents that is currently unfolding in the unseen. You are thanking the universe for the redirection and the chaos that cleared the path. This evening ritual is the final payment of your 24-hour journey. It settles the accounts and prepares you for the next level. You're not hoping for a good tomorrow. You are thanking for a perfect today. Lay down in the same bed where you made your midnight decision 24 hours ago. Look back at the day, not with the eyes of the person who was trying, but with the eyes of the person who was being. You have successfully guarded your mind, audited your thoughts, and maintained your relief. You have proven that you are the master of your own consciousness. T-Sensei of accomplishment is the best sleeping pill for a sovereign creator. As you drift off to sleep at the end of the 24 hours, realize that you have created a new baseline. You are no longer the person you were yesterday. You have successfully jumped to a new timeline. The 24-hour shift is not a magic trick. It is a realignment of your soul. The physical world must now solidify around your new frequency. You don't need to repeat the shift tomorrow. You simply need to live from the new baseline you have established. The arrival often happens in the Sabbath that follows the shift. You might wake up the next morning to a physical manifestation, or you might find that your internal world is so different that the manifestation no longer feels like a big deal. Both are signs of success. You have transcended the trap of waiting. You have bridged the gap between your dream and your reality by realizing that the dream was the only reality all alone. Carry this knowledge with you. You now know that you can change your entire life in the space between two suns. You are never more than 24 hours away from a total transformation. Whenever you feel stuck, return to the midnight decision. Return to the relief. You are the sovereign master of time and space. The clock does not control you. You control the clock. It is finished. You are the new man.